White Mountain Today here on White Mountain TV 16, and welcome to our Red Parka Pub friends, Terry O'Brien and Zach Quinn, who are here, and we're going to talk about, well, we're going to talk about a bunch of things, but we're going to talk about the Tricycle Race coming up next weekend.
Absolutely.
So let's talk about that. Let's start that right off.
It's World Championship.
I'm sorry, World Championship.
Prix,
Grand
downhill
Prix.
Tricycle racing, you know.
I'm sorry I left that part out. And well, how long has this been going on now?
We think 6 years, but you know we're a little iffy on the start date, so that's okay. We'll go with 6 years.
Well, I know Zach's been doing it, you know, all these years, and he rides it and probably falls, so we understand why he couldn't remember the number. So
it's pretty fun.
It's cool though, and we're gonna superimpose some video here. And so, how did this get started?
My husband's a maniac, and just decided we needed to have more fun events in the valley again. Like, you know, we used to have all of the champagne stampede and all those things. So he came up with this, and then started buying tricycles and filling up our garage with them. And
here, we have some of the video here, and it's wild. Now, how many people go at a time in a heat?
Four.
Four in a heat, and so it's first one to the bottom.
What it is you get points.
Oh, you get points.
Yeah, the first two get points, and
move on.
And then they move on to the next round. And we have teams too. So there's a 4-person team. So the combined points for the team people.
It's all local people. You know, Delaney's has a team.
Yeah.
McGrath, I think, is putting together a team this year. So you see a lot of the local guys here in town. Dick Delaney, one of the guys that he's a stud on the mountain.
So, but I think by looking at that video, in my impression, the true winners are the ones who don't finish first or second, because they get to go and sit there and watch from then on.
Yeah. That's very true. Now,
of the heats, you know, you have the 4 people. How many do you have that all 4 people make it to the bottom?
Most of them.
Some a little later than others.
Way back, you know. You usually have somebody that takes a good digger in the beginning. Absolutely.
Yeah, that's pretty intense right there.
It is.
That is pretty fast.
You're moving pretty good.
It is definitely. They're trucking, and we do have a helmet video too, somewhere on there. It's pretty fun.
Yeah, well, that's what we're watching right now. The helmet cam.
Oh, good.
Yep.
That's Bobby.
So, there we go. Oh, passing into it. This is pretty wild.
It is fun.
Well, look at that. I think this one was obviously a fix, because this person came in second, so wearing the helmet cam. So I like the fact too that they keep going into the parking lot.
Well, that was when it was at Black.
Yeah.
Now it's at Bear Peak, and last year the first couple runs went into a building. So we changed the finish line, so it's okay. And we now have banked turns.
Oh, really?
Thanks to Glenn Sand and Gravel and Joe Medeiros and George O'Brien that went and built those the other day.
So banked. Okay.
Yep.
Now, so this is happening next weekend.
Yes.
Registration at 11 a.m.
11 a.m. on Sunday.
Start at 12 noon.
Yep.
On Sunday.
Yep.
At Bear Peak.
That's it.
Now, how does somebody get involved?
Well, they can go to our website at redparkapub.com and download the application, send it in. It is limited to 64 racers. So if they want to do it, they either have to get there real early or get their application in now so that they reserve a spot. And
all the money raised is going to the Dewey Marx Scholarship Fund.
Yes.
So that's a great thing.
Yes, it is.
And so what does the winner get besides bragging rights, or is that what they get?
Well, there's this honking big trophy that is ridiculously ornate and gaudy, and they get their name on a plaque. It has had the Red Parka Rockets on it, and then the Hole in the Wall gang last year. So there's bragging rights there, and they get a medal. They get some gift certificates. There's also a first place single that also gets a really lovely gaudy trophy and gift certificats.
Do they get some Red Parka Pub barbecue sauce?
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
It's a possibility.
I think that would be actually, you know, the person who finishes it does that and then chugs the pint of Parka sauce.
Ooh.
You know, there's something.
I like it.
Zach,
we
come
can
on.
start something new there.
Come on, Zach. You've done that, haven't you? You probably have.
He's chugged something.
The barbecue sauce.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely. Don't tell her that.
Now, so you've been doing it every year?
This will be my 4th year doing it. Yeah. So I missed the first couple. I started when it moved to Black. It did originally start at Cranmore.
Right.
Yeah.
So I missed that year there, but yeah, it's one of the funnest things of the year. All the Parka staff looks forward to it. It's just, you know, it gets your blood flowing. You wear a full face helmet, you know, like there's some good diggers. Even if you don't come in first, you know, you're gonna have a good time, you know.
Yeah.
Definitely, and Black has been, Black was great, but Bear Peak is the perfect venue for it. You can see the start all the way to the finish.
Great.
Yeah.
How long is the course? 6 miles?
No, maybe like 500 yards.
Okay,
Yeah.
so
500 yards.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and so if people want to go and obviously participate. If not, you can always be a spectator.
Absolutely, we've got a great spectator area, and Bear Peak has their base lodge open. They're going to be having their barbecue going and the pub. So.
Well, that'll be terrific. So definitely a reason just to go down and
Yep, and the raffles.
and enjoy it. Raffles too.
Raffles, back at the award ceremony at the Parka, we've got some incredible prizes donated by lots of local people, and the grand prize is a GoPro.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's terrific. Now, is the raffle just for the racers,
Nope.
or is that also for spectators?
No, we'll take
too?
anybody's money.
Well, there you go. Well, it all goes to a good cause.
Yes, it does.
And who benefits from the Dewey Marx Scholarship?
Kennett High Senior that is still remaining involved in skiing while continuing in college. They have to have a good academic standing. They can reapply for their sophomore year, too, if they're doing well in college.
Well, that's great.
And the other thing we should mention is that we're so lucky to have our sponsors for this event. We've got the Valley Originals, the independent restaurant group here in the Valley, and we've got Blue Moon Beer from, who's the vendor for that? Amoskeag. Thank you. Amoskeag, thank you.
You can't whisper, you're both wearing mics.
Lost it for a minute.
From Amoskeag.
Yeah, and of course, Attitash Resorts. You know, we couldn't do this without them.
Well, that's terrific. So it's definitely a lot of fun. I mean, you look at the videos. I've heard from other people who have done it in the past that just it's a hoot and a holler, I guess
Yes,
you would
it
say.
is.
So there's the information right there next